Eurorack, a modular synthesizer format, the prevailing modular synthesizer format of the last 10 years, and something I've never subscribed to because before it was the dominant format, I'd already started my modular system in MU. My MU modular is something I'm very fond of. I have absolutely no intention of getting rid of it. In fact, this is still very much a work in progress. I'm still adding to this. But a little while ago, I did have an idea. Wouldn't it be cool to take Behringer's Neutron, another synth I'm very fond of, and expand on it with a small handful of modules to make a sort of sweet little standalone system? Well, when Behringer then introduced modules, including sequencers in Moog, ARP and Roland flavors, I thought that's probably something I should do. Then, when Behringer reached out to me and very kindly offered to send me some modules, huge thank you to Behringer, by the way, well, I knew it was something I had to do. But that then posed a problem. You see, my idea hinged around the 3-tier rack that I already owned. And as it turns out, it's actually really difficult to find eurorack skiffs of the correct dimensions to rack up in one of those alongside the Neutron. And so I went to synthracks.com. Synthracks is a cool little company based in Wales. They make complete cabinets, rails, racks, all sorts of weird stuff. So I ordered myself an 80 HP eurorack frame, which I thought would be perfect. But after some fudging with some scrap MDF that I had lying around and more gaffer tape than I'd care to admit, this is what I ended up with. Now, of course, MDF and gaffer tape, this is not a permanent solution. I'm still looking for a better way to do this, but I have to say, I'm really enjoying playing with the system so far. So let's have a look at what I've got here. First up, the CP1A powers the rack. This is a great little power supply. I suspect if I were making a larger Eurorack case, this thing would last me for quite some time. Next up, I have Behringer's recreation of the ARP 1027 sequential control. This is a really straightforward sequencer, 3 rows of 8 steps, but you can patch the reset for smaller step lengths. And it has a couple of really interesting features, including a pulse width modulation input for the internal oscillator. And finally, I have Behringer's recreation of the ARP 1050 mix sequencer. Now this is a fascinating module. It's an 8-channel mixer, but it's also 2 4-channel mixers, but it's also a sequencer. You can cycle through the 8 inputs in one big block or in 2 smaller blocks. It has its own internal oscillator for clocking, but you can also clock it externally, and you can connect the 2 modules via a ribbon cable in the back to have them act as one unit. And that's where they really shine, when they're acting as one unit. I've been using this thing for chords. But also chords. And of course, like any voltage source, you don't have to use it to sequence pitch. You can even get the sequencer moving fast enough that it will act as an oscillator, like in this demo where I have 2 rows of the sequencer being alternated by the mix sequencer with a 3rd oscillator from the Neutron tuned in harmony, sequenced by the swing. So yeah, a great couple of modules, and I think a really interesting start for me in Eurorack. I'm going to leave you with one more demo from this little rig, but before I do, if you've enjoyed this video, please let me know by liking and commenting and subscribing to the channel if you want to see more like it. And I hope I see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.